Okay, here, question 10. Here is the graph of 3x minus 2y equals 6. For values of x from 0 to 6. Although it doesn't actually give us the value when x equals 0 very easily, does it? By drawing a second graph on the grid, work out an approximate solution to the simultaneous equations 3x minus 2y equals 6. Well, that's the one we've already got. We've already got that drawn in, right? This is at 3x minus 2y equals 6. Now that's this one. Okay. And 4x plus 3y equals 12. So all we need to do is draw the graph of this. Okay. So we're going to draw the graph of that, and then we're going to plot it. Now, there's two ways to do this. The first is, you could turn this into y equals mx plus c. That's a bit of a clumsier method, because this is also a really nice way to have an equation set out for you. Okay, because what I can do is, if I've got it in this format, a certain number of x plus a certain number of y, or it could be a certain number of y plus a certain number of x equals a number, I can use something which is called the cover-up method. And this is what the cover-up method is. If I block out this plus 3y, what I'm saying is, when y equals 0, this comes to nothing, this bit here. So if I block that bit out, all I've got is 4x equals 12. Well, if 4x equals 12, one lot of x, would equal 3, wouldn't it? If 4 lots of x is 12, if I divide both by 4, one lot of x would be equal to 3. So I know this will go through 3 here. Why does it go through 3 here? Let's just try to make that clear. Well, it's because 4 times 3, if x was 3, would give me 12. And then, because y is 0, I'm getting nothing from the y. So plus 0 equals 12. So that fits. Right? And with this cover-up method, I can then cover up the x part here. That leaves me just 3y equals 12. So if 3 lots of y equals 12, well, one lot of y would be 4. Okay, so it must go through here. Let's just work out why that is. Well, 3 lots of 4, it would be 12, plus 0, 4 times 0, because this would be when x equals 0, okay, equals, so that would be 0 there, would equal 12. So 0 plus 12 equals 12. So I've got 2 points on this line, and because it's a line, and it's a straight line, these are all linear graphs, and they're just in two variables, and there isn't any squares or anything like that. Then all I have to do is just join them up. I've just lost my ruler, so bear with me 1 second while I just find that. Okay, I've found another ruler. I'll use this one. So I'm going to join up that point there on my line and that point there on my line, and I'm going to join those up. I'm going to go through, because lines don't end wherever you plot the point, they can't continue on. Okay, there's my line there. So the solution to the simultaneous equation is the point where they meet, is that point. Okay, so an approximate solution that I would come up with here, I mean, you're looking carefully. I mean, this would be 2.5, and it's looking like a little bit less than 2.5. I'm going to go with 2.4, x equals 2.45, and y is, that would be 1, this would be a half, and it's a bit more than a half. I'd say that's about 0.7, I would say. So x equals 2.5, y equals 0.7. Okay. I'm going to put that in my answer bit. X equals 2.45, y equals 0.7. So that's how to do that using the cover-up method, which is quite straightforward and gives you 4 marks. If you couldn't really remember, were unsure about the cover-up method, I could always take this and just turn it into y equals mx plus c and work with it like that. So what I would do is, I'm going to rewrite this out. 4x plus 3y equals 12. So I want it in the y equals mx plus c format, so I'm going to take away 4x from both sides. So I've got just the y's here, just y's on this side. So I've got 3y equals, and I'm going to put this minus 4x plus 12. Just putting it in that way round rather than 12 minus 4x. It's exactly the same thing because it's in this mx plus c format. And if I divide both sides by 3, I just need to be careful with that. Divide both sides by 3, that gives me y equals minus 4/3 x plus 12 divided by 3 is 4. And that's this line here. I mean, it's a bit trickier to plot than using the cover-up method, I think, because, yes, it's easy to find that one, and then you need to be thinking, right, we're going down 1 1/3 for each, going down 1 1/3 for each one that we go along. We go down 1 1/3 for each one we go along. And it's a bit trickier to see. But so I would recommend learning the cover-up method as well as y equals mx plus c, and then you've got both options to choose from.